Okay, we are back for part number 2 for the energy carrying you to your abundance. If you watched the first video, this is part 2 where we're going to delve into each individual sign and see what's going on with you as it pertains to you moving towards your abundance. If you haven't watched the first video, I would definitely suggest going back to watch the first video, because a lot of what we're going to talk about is going to be in reference to that video, just so you know what we're talking about and you're not lost in translation. I would definitely go back and take a listen to the previous video, part 1 of today's encouragement, okay? And so we are going to start with Libra, is what we determined we were starting with. So we're going to start with Libra at 110. Libra starts at 110. Hi, Libra. Please like, share, comment. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I go live, or when I hit the, or when I post new content, okay? This is for Libra. Hi, my Librans. Hope you guys are well today. And this is going to be a timeless video. No matter if you watch it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever you run across this video, it's applicable. Okay? This video is not limited to a specific time. This is whenever you run across it, okay? So for Libra, let's take a look in regards to the energy carrying you to your abundance. Okay. Okay, and so for you, Libra, I have the Lovers and the Eight of Wands. Now, in regards to the energy that you're dealing with right now, as you are moving towards this ideal fulfillment, the thing that you may not recognize, you may, that is able to create a sense of happiness, a sense of fulfillment as you are experiencing life. I think it has a lot to do with love for many of you. This could also have to do with choices that you're making right now, the balance in your relationships, in your unions for some of you, if you are married, even friendships and partnerships. There is a desired level of harmony, but there might be something that is moving swiftly. Some decisions that you are heading into prematurely. The movement here may be a deal, maybe something that could be causing a little bit of off-balanced energy. Maybe you're someone that makes quick decisions and you don't give yourself ample time to think them through. Just moving too quickly. Now, right now you're thinking about success. And for some reason you feel like that success may be dependent upon your connection to someone else, or you being in this relationship with someone else where there's like an equal reciprocation. For some reason, that's what is on your mind. That's what has your attention right now. You receiving some kind of help or charity. Maybe you feel like that you would not make it without this help coming in for you. For some of you, you may be waiting on something to come back around. Possibly something you sold into that you thought would be beneficial for you, and you're waiting for the reciprocation of whatever that was. And so the energies right now for you, I feel like it's all about balance. Even as you're thinking about this particular thing that you feel like would come in and help out, it's about balance and you being aware of that. In the future, there's going to be some clarity that comes in around what is actually true, around the reality of what it is. That there may be some settling in your mind. There may be some information that comes in that helps you to make a certain decision, right? I feel like you're prematurely making decisions possibly and not getting all of the information needed right now. Right now is a good time to really slow down and allow yourself to settle in the moment and let the information come to you. I do feel like you are very equipped. I'm talking to Librans who are very familiar with the game. And because you're familiar with the game, you're able to navigate a certain way that is working for you. And so this is the energy that's helping you to travel through to this place where you feel like you'll be happy, to this place where you will actually feel fulfilled. Let's see. Now, for some of you, there was a point in time where you were very new at this. I feel like you were possibly just exploring. You felt like you were exploring the idea of something, or you had just started some type of new project. Maybe where you are now, you're a bit more accomplished. Well, there was a time where you felt new. And it almost felt like you were kind of leaning out into a little bit of daring energy. You may be right there right now where you're in this new experience, right? But I feel like for the most part, right now you even feel very fulfilled with the Ace of Cups. You feel very fulfilled right now. What is the next action that you need to take? Let's find out what that is. What's the next action that Libra needs to take? Get to work. I feel like Spirit is saying there's still a lot that is needed to be done. There's still a lot that needs to be done. You may still be struggling with certain things. You may still have a sense of burden where you are. Even though you're enjoying it with that Ace of Cups, it feels heavy. So either this is needing to get to work to resolve some of these things that have built up, or it's to release some things so that it's not so burdensome. Either or, take it how that resonates. I do feel like you're in a very powerful position in your life. I don't know if you just stepped out into your power in some type of way, declared some type of independence over your life. You feel like you are in your power right now. And overall, I feel like you'll be surrounded with all the support that you need. And so there's no need to worry. I know that was on your mind, the Six of Pentacles, but I feel like you will be given the support that you need. You're going to progress towards where it is that you feel like would bring this level of abundance to you, Libra. And so when it's all said and done, you'll end up in a great place of stability, For many of you, that's concerning finances specifically. I know that's part of what's been on your mind. You want to be successful financially. You may be focusing on several things right now as it pertains to finances. Understand, though, that Spirit is concerned with your overall fulfillment. Yes, finances is a part of that, but it's so much more than that too, Libra. But you are definitely on the right path. As I said, for many of you, maybe you're carrying too much right now. And for some of you, maybe you need to get to work and start unloading some of the things that's piled up on your list, however that fits. But I definitely feel like you're headed in the right direction, even if you are single and really feeling that right now. I do feel like you have all of the support that you need to move forward to where this is. For some of you, you may be coming back around to people that you lost touch with. I do see reunions on this path for you. Some level of celebration around home. Those that you connect with, family, friends. And so that's what I have for you, Libra, okay? How the energy is carrying you into your abundance. I hope that helps. All right, and so Gemini is next, and we have 1150 for Gemini. 1150 for Gemini. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. And so if you have not watched the previous video, part 1 of this video, I do suggest you go back and take a look at that. Some of this you may not understand unless you watch part 1. We're talking about how the energy right now is leading you towards your place of abundance. In the first video, we talked about some key things that Spirit pointed out in regards to your abundance. And so it may be beneficial to go back and watch the previous videos, okay? Just to get the context of what we're talking about. And so for Gemini, let's take a look. What's going on with Gemini? How the energy is carrying you towards your abundance. Make sure you hit the like button. Share, subscribe, hit the bell if you do. So you're in a very good place, Gemini. Very balanced. You're in quite an interesting place of leadership right now, possibly even over your family. It feels like either you are in a position of serving your family in a major way, or the tables are turned and you are being served in a major way. I do feel a very comforting type of energy in your position, whether you're the one that's comforting and creating security or whether you are receiving that energy. But it does feel very abundant, or this is where you should be right now. Maybe just recognizing your position is more along the lines of what that is saying. It's almost pointing to the energy of being some type of head of a family. And right now may possibly be a time where in your particular experience, the way you're perceiving it, you may feel like you are having to stand in your power about some things right now. There's some things that you're being confronted with that's causing you to have to be courageous, possibly even putting your foot down. I'm hearing that. Dredging up a level of inner strength. Now, this is all about you. You actually came out in the reading, the original reading as well, as this very balanced energy. This is all about your pathway, the energy carrying you to that place where you feel like you would be fulfilled, right? And so, first of all, recognizing your position right now, really you're already there, right? But it's the realization of it that brings everything into fruition around us. Spirit is saying, realize that you're already there. There will be challenges along the way in realizing that. There will be things that cause you to have to stand in your power, stand in your truth, make certain assertions, right, about your existence, of what you expect. Though it's being done, or it should be done in, a courageous way, a strong way, but it's also a compassionate way as well, an understanding way that you will assert and live out your conviction. I feel like there is a level of respect that you are demanding right now. For some of you, birth, right, could be the thing that's on your mind. This may be something that you're expecting, bringing something to birth. If it's not an actual baby, right, it is around this fulfillment. It's around this fulfillment. One of the things we talked about in the first video is bringing to birth or bearing fruit, right? It was kind of along those lines too. Bearing fruit, bringing things to birth, seeing the fruit of our labor, seeing the results of our hard work. That's what's on your mind. You could be thinking about all of the things that you've sown, all of the seeds that you've sown, all of the work that you've put in, and kind of expecting that to come back in some shape, way, form, fashion right now. You're just sitting in the energy of expectation. And you may be wondering when that time is going to come. That's what's on your mind right now. So you're wondering, I feel like you are aligned with the thought of moving towards this place of fulfillment. You're just kind of trying to, put the pieces together. There's going to be some type of opportunity to work in the physical on this. And this may be through collaboration. This may be working with others in some type of way. This could be some level of teamwork, right? It could have something to do with a job. It doesn't have to be. It could be something to do with the way that you are putting things together for yourself, for your future. But there's some level of honing in, right? Possibly bringing several people together to work on something around what you're doing in the future. There's some level of skill or perfection, some level of craftsmanship that you could possibly be pulling in attention around that here in the future. Someone's going to see the quality of what it is that you do, and you may get commandments about that as well in the future here for the work that you're doing. All right, in the supporting energies around you is the Emperor. And so you have a great deal of control with what it is that you're doing. I feel like you are of the authority in your situation in some type of way. There's some level of authority that you have. Or for some of you, if this is not you, this is someone that you have access to. And it almost feels like a father type figure, an authority figure, definitely. It also feels like someone who would be the person to go to get concrete instruction on how you should move forward with the Two of Pentacles. There's some type of connection you have here that is lending support to you. They may have very good strategies and very good information, very good advice, right? They may even have connections that are available to you. So there's someone you have that is your connect, right? For what it is that you need. I don't know if you see that, but you have that support around you that's able to help you move towards what it is that you want. But first, it's realizing what that is, realizing your position, right? Standing in your courage, putting your foot down, setting your precedence, deciding what it is that you are pulling in and desiring, right? Looking around at what it is that you have at your disposal and what support you have right now. And I do feel like in the past for you, Gemini, there was something that you were working towards. And let me see what this is. What is this Seven of Pentacles for Gemini in the past? What is this Seven of Pentacles for Gemini in the past? It almost feels like something yet to come to fruition. This was a dream that you had. This was a wish that you had. Some hope that you put out there in the universe. Let's see, what is the Seven of Pentacles for Gemini? I feel like you're still watching for it though. You've sown the seed, but you're still waiting for it to come, you know. For some of you, you're still working towards it. For others of you, you could be sitting idle, waiting to see that multiply or come to fruition. For some of you, this could be some type of investment that you sold into, and you're watching it, waiting to see what happens with it. With the Four of Swords and the Star, this almost feels like idle, biding your time and trying to see what it's going to do. And so there was some investment that you made that you felt possibly would move you forward towards your fulfillment. What is the next best thing that Gemini can do right now? What's the next best thing that Gemini can do to move towards this abundance? Keep working. The Magician. Keep working. You have everything that you need, Gemini. Just like I said, we started out with the Queen of Pentacles. It's recognizing your position right now. You have the support you need. You have the tools that you need. You have the mental capacity that you need. You have the stamina and courage that you might be working on in regards to this right now. That did come in as a challenge, but everything else is in place for you to move forward, okay? I feel like we all have come here to experience abundance. There's no doubt about that. There may be a need with the Five of Pentacles to address some things in regards to finances. There may be a need to change up some things. For some, there may be a need to address health in some type of way. There's something that you're worried about that may be in front of what it is that there's something you're worried about. You have your eye on your abundance, but there's also something else in the distance that may be pulling your attention in. It needs to be addressed. I don't know if it's financial. I don't know if it's health-wise, but the two are intertwined, and that will need to be resolved in the future here. There may be things that you're being asked to walk away from right now. But that's the energy that I have for you, Gemini. And clearly, it seems to me like it's definitely doable to move closer towards your energy or closer towards your abundance. The energies are all supporting this, right? And I feel like at the end of the day, you know what you need to do. You have all of the support, all of the tools that you need, okay? And it's up to you to decide what it is that you would like to do here. Okay, Gemini, that's for you. We're going to move on to Aquarius at 2550. 2550 for Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome in. We're taking a look at the energies. This is part 2 of video number 1. So if you haven't watched video number 1, please go take a peek at that video so that you know the context that we are speaking through this video. We're taking a look at the energies coming to move you towards your abundance. The energies that are moving you towards your abundance right now. So what is carrying Aquarius towards their abundance right now? Let's take a look here for Aquarius. All right. So Aquarius, you are definitely in the service industry for whoever you are. That is your overall energy. It's serving in some type of way. And that is what you have pivoted around, right? Your abundance is pivoted around service in some type of way. And you've made that your priority. That is the thing that is actually set up to cause your abundance. It's service. It's through service for you in some type of way. Your connection to people. And the more you hone in on that and take those opportunities, you could be focused in on that way. That's where your expansion is coming from, okay? That's where your growth is coming from. These opportunities that arise to help people. There's like, you are almost like, what you offer is like a pillar to society. I don't know if you're in healthcare or if you're like a firefighter. There's some type of structure that you are in that is very crucial to the health of society. But this is where the energies are flowing for you in your service, whatever it is that you do. And for you, you could definitely have a hard time resolving things or walking away when you need to, or retreating or withdrawing. You have a hard time backing down, it looks like. Like you don't know, or but you have a hard time leaving it alone, is what I hear Spirit saying. You don't know how to leave it alone. But that comes in as a lesson, we're learning. That's what this is all about. And what's on your mind right now is the Ten of Cups, which is come out in the original reading. That is part of the abundance that you have been destined to experience here, just like the rest of us. It looks different for all of us, but we all come here to fulfill something. And whatever that thing is that we've been purposed to fulfill is also coming with a great sense of satisfaction and liveliness. This experience that life comes to offer and all that comes with it. That's what's on your mind right now. You're thinking about living your best life. I love it. That's what should be on your mind. That's where you are right now. And that's part of the energy that's driving you forward, your desire for it. I do see transformation coming towards you in the future. There's some level of change, major change that's coming. There's some major ending that's coming towards you in the future. That, whatever that is going to push you towards your abundance. I don't want you to get scared because I said ending is coming. You know, whenever there's an ending, there's always a beginning. It's an invitation to start something new, right? And so we should actually get excited about endings because they are beginnings, right? It's a transition into a beginning. It's a transformation, a change, a rebirth. Thinking of the caterpillar versus the butterfly. That's the symbolism of the ending. It's the new beginning. It's time to move on from something, right? And so spirit sometimes has to come in. I know that came in as your challenge, moving on. Spirit may in fact come in with something to help you with that. There's an ending coming for you in the future that's going to move you along on your path. Yeah, the energy's coming in for support for you. The Ace of Pentacles, something new, and the Queen of Pentacles. And this is going to place you in a position of, it's going to be almost like, I don't know why I'm getting this overwhelming sense of a mother. There's this mothering energy that's coming in and just overwhelming right now. There's going to be a new start, possibly to new opportunities, ways to, this is going to be some type of new connect that you have. But for some reason, it's also connected to motherhood or this very matriarchal energy. I'm getting structure. There's going to be some structure here that you'll be stepping into. And this is coming in as support. So whatever position that you will be placed in, that's going to actually be a great help to keeping you on this path, moving towards your abundance. Now, this could also be a mother figure, someone in a matriarchal position, you know, that carry that energy, someone that comes in and opens doors, someone that may have connects to lead you to opportunities. Your actual relationships may provide opportunities. And so these are energies that are coming in to support. It could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus energy. Okay. All about the energy, moving you towards your abundance, helping you to recognize that. I feel like at some time in the past, there was some level of you expected things to come to you a certain way. There's something about the Empress energy, something that you were creating in the past. It might have been these types of connections and relationships where there's this level of nurturing that takes place, this level of creating abundance, some level of creating abundance. So there's been something that you may have been working on for a while here. I do see that. What is the next step for Aquarius? So the Two of Pentacles, there's some balance that needs to come in. Maybe focusing on being more assertive with your decisions. I know moving on has been difficult, but there's definitely some things that need to be resolved. There's some decisions that may have been held in the balances. Maybe you were trying to hold on to something old by juggling something new with it. It's time to make a decision and go with that. It's time to weigh out your options and your choices. It's time to set some priorities, Aquarius. All right. And abundance. So you are headed right in the right direction. It can't end any better than that. So you get it. Enough said. I don't even feel like anything else needs to be said. You get it. There's nothing that's hidden here for you. You get it. The Empress says that. You've gotten it for a long time, Aquarius. And you are very much hands-on with this. And so I don't really feel like, though things may not be unfolding in the timely way that you think it should, does not mean that it's not happening. It is coming to fruition. Everything out here says that. You have put in the work for it as well. And so you will see the fruit of your labor, Aquarius. I don't have to say nothing else, period. It's yours. All right. Thank you, Aquarius, for stopping by. I'm going to go to Leo 3725. Hi, Leo. Welcome, Leo. First of all, let me just say, if you have not watched part 1 of this video, please go over and do so. You may find this video a little bit easier to understand once you understand the context of what we're talking about. We're talking about the energies that are carrying you toward your abundance. Whatever that is, that's different for everybody. If you go back and look at the previous video, you'll understand what we're talking about. Different concepts that Spirit brought up in that first video that was very important to the journey towards our abundance. Okay, so we're going to jump in, Leo. Make sure you like, share, comment if you feel like it resonates. Also, please do consider subscribing. If you do, hit the bell so you'll be notified if I go live or post new content. So Leo, let's take a look for Leo. How is the energies carrying Leo towards their abundance? How is the energies carrying Leo towards their abundance? Excuse me, I had to cough there. And so Leo, how are the energies carrying you towards your abundance? So there's some level of how can I explain this? You are a force, Leo. You're a force. And when I say that, I mean there is something that you stand for. Whenever there's something that you stand for, you make it known, right? You stand up on the mountaintops and you declare it. You don't hide how you feel or the fact that you support your decisions or your perspectives around what's right. This level of passion is what's carrying you towards your abundance. Your ability to get out and speak your mind, speak your truth, stand up, even for those that may not even have a voice, is so fiery. Leo, you are a fire element, but you are standing. When you operate in that thing that's leading you towards your passion, you're standing in your air energy. And your air energy is thinking. It's thinking energy. Excuse me. Try not to cough on mic. All right, so let's take a look for Leo. Hold on. Okay. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. I almost feel like there's a part of you that is very careful with how you do things because you don't want it to be misconstrued. And so an example of that is when you go out to do things, you don't want it to look like, or you don't want it to be perceived like you're just doing these things to, you know, create opportunities for yourself, or you're not just doing these things to, like, you know, open up, you know, the next step. You don't want it to be misconstrued in that way. I feel like this is truly a part of who you are, and this is almost like a calling from your heart space. It's not for things that other people use it for. And so there's a challenge sometimes that you have with doing things because you want it to go across the right way. You want it to be received in the correct way that you are intending it. And so that may be an area where you move really slowly and make sure that you are stepping very carefully as you do things. I do sense that about you, Leo. So you could definitely be in almost like a you're thinking right now about constructing something or creating something. You're thinking right now not from the creator's perspective, but in creating this, you're trying to view it from the receiver's perspective. So for instance, if you're creating a product or if you're creating some type of service for someone, you want to know how it's going to be received. You want to know how the person that's being served or how the person that's buying your products is going to experience the product. You are putting yourself in the viewer or the experiencer's shoes because you want to know how they're going to feel, how they're going to perceive it as they're experiencing whatever it is that you are giving, doing, serving, whatever capacity that you're moving towards your abundance in. I feel like you are very in touch with those that you touch. And that may be the thing that causes you to be successful because you put yourself in other shoes. It's not just from your perspective. You have a way of seeing things from a multi-visual level, from a multi-sensory level. Ooh, that's deep. I like that. I like that, Leo. And that's wise. I like that. And so, yeah, you're ahead of the game in that way. Now, there are some difficult decisions coming towards you. I do see you having some difficult choices. You possibly having a hard time, maybe even feeling like you're between a rock and a hard place. You may interpret this as a level of opposition. This could potentially put you in a moment of stall. This could possibly put you in the energy of straining to deal with this. What is this for Leo? Let's see if we can get more information. What is this Two of Swords coming for Leo in the future, Spirit? Ooh, okay. Let's see what else comes out. What is this Two of Swords for Leo, Spirit? So, Leo, you came out in your own reading. So this is going to be something where Three of Swords on the bottom. You may end up having to choose between being authentic and playing the game, if you know what I mean, right? When it comes to like business and dealing with the matrix, dealing with the laws of society that's supposed to be, you know, sometimes we have to finagle our way, but that gets really tricky because then it becomes a matter of standing on your principles. Then it becomes a matter of telling little white lies, you know what I mean, right? And so it feels a little bit like that. It feels like a gray area, but you want to really, again, like I don't see you concerned about things that everyone else that may just be trying to make money or, you know, get their point across. I see this on a deeper level. Like there's some level of connection on a soul level for you. And so all these little specifics, all these little details, they matter. They're not little to you. And so there's going to be some difficulty that arises in the future where you're going to have to make a decision. And it's going to feel like something in regards to integrity, right? Something in regards to integrity. And when we're talking about integrity, it's not how people are seeing you and how wonderful they think you are. This is you being able to sleep with yourself at night, knowing you did the right thing. That's what integrity is. It's doing the right thing when nobody's looking, not looking good for everybody. I feel like you're concerned with being able to sleep with yourself at night. Doing the right thing. And so whatever this is in the future is going to present that kind of challenge, okay? Just a heads up. But this is along your path towards your abundance, Leo. Let's keep going. Okay, so I do see you having definitely lots of support, possibly even lots of people willing to pitch in to support, lots of generosity around you. You get a good return on your investments, no doubt. And also the Ace of Swords. Lots of breakthroughs, lots of opportunities, new beginnings, new chances, new ideas. I'm feeling like flooding in like hot water cornbread. I done said that for the second time this week, y'all. But I see a flow in of clarity and a sharp mind. Like this is something that is really tapped in to the deepest parts of your being. And the challenge, not the challenge, but in the past, there have been challenges that caused you to really stand on this, stand on business, right? And so this is not anything new. because I don't want to scare you, but this is definitely something that you're familiar with it. You're familiar with it. And so, and because you have experienced this and you've persevered through it, you know, you didn't fall for the okie doke. You maintain your level of control. You know, you passed the test and you stood on business. You didn't compromise. You already know what this is, but here it comes again, right? Not sure why, but here it comes again. What is the next best thing for Leo to do? What is the next best thing for Leo to do? Okay, so we have our 10 of Cups that came out, which was actually in the original spread in our last video. Again, if you haven't watched that, please go back and watch that. This is almost going back to a beginning of this process, right, that you've been through before. It becomes like clockwork, right? Life is just cycles. Let me say that. It's just cycles. And once you pay attention long enough, you understand, you know, okay, we're headed back to this part again. And it becomes like the back of your hand to where you don't even have to pay attention to it. It becomes rote memory, you know, and it just becomes just natural, right? And so there's some part of you being on this road, on this journey towards your abundance and being connected with the energy and being aware, right? It almost feels like you know innately what's next, what you need to do next, right? And it does feel like a new beginning coming in for you, a new start in some type of way. That's opening up for you. And it's going to land you in a very nice place. 9 of Pentacles, very nice. There is no better place to be. Whatever it is that you are desiring, Leo, the 9 of Pentacles says that Spirit is working that out. The moment that you place that idea out in the universe or gave that up to your source, the energies began working and orchestrating and putting together people and scenarios to move you right along that path to bring you to your 9 of Pentacles, your heart's desire. And so this looks good. I would say continue doing and following your highest level of motivation, right? Follow your heart. And definitely, when it comes to those difficult decisions, follow your heart. Whatever is going to help you sleep better at night, do that. Even if it's going to disappoint some people, Leo. Do what is going to help you sleep better at night, okay? That's what I hear Spirit saying. This is leading you right to where it is that you want to be. And you'll end up having more choices than you realize you would have. More fulfillment at the end of this than you even anticipated. Because you stood on business. That's for you, Leo. Make sure you like, okay? Thank you guys for stopping by. All right, next we have Saggy at 5430. Sagittarius, 5430. Hey, Saggy. Welcome, Saggy. Let's take a look. If you have not looked at the past video, the first part of this video, please go back and look. It is going to be very informational as to what we're talking about here. Okay, this is the encouragement for the day, part 2, how it's going to affect each of the signs, okay? How the energies are carrying you towards your abundance. So let's take a look for Saggy. Make sure you like, share, comment if you feel led. And if you would consider, make sure you subscribe, okay? If you're new here and you haven't yet. If you're returning, hello. Welcome back. Let's see what Spirit has for you. For Saggy, how are the energies carrying Saggy towards their abundance? Saggy. How are the energies carrying Saggy towards their abundance? Ooh. So we have the 6 of Swords, Saggy. The 6 of Swords. Interesting. Piercing the heart. The 6 of Swords piercing the heart. So that, the 6 of Swords usually talks about moving away from chaos and drama to a more solid, concrete place of existence, right? Moving away from things. And this could mean that during this process of the energies coming in to support you and carry you towards this abundance, there are a lot of things that maybe you have accepted in the past up to this point. Maybe a lot of things that you have allowed, a lot of your own patterns, right, that have been conducive to drama and unnecessary roughness, right? There's this transition that's happening right now to a new way. There's a recalibration that is taking place for Sagittarius right now. You're recalibrating. Yeah, you're recalibrating. And during that recalibration, there's this transition that's relocating you. Because of that, there's been a redirection. Now, there may have been once a direction towards another path, but because of this shift that has happened, there's been a redirection to something totally different. Your abundance, Sagittarius. Okay. There's so many things that probably has changed about you. There's so many things that's probably has changed about you. Now, part of this could also be you having a hard time believing that things have changed, right? Maybe you don't see all of the change in the physical, right? A lot of change happens within the spiritual. And I do feel like you have changed, so much so people probably don't even recognize you. But it takes a moment for the physical to catch up with the spiritual. It takes a moment. I was watching a movie. I'm trying to remember what movie it was. And they went in and they made some changes. What movie was that? It was something to do with time, as we're talking about past, present, and future here. If you haven't watched the previous video, please go back and watch it, because you'll understand what we're talking about and why we're talking about abundance and why we're talking about energy and traveling and moving, right? But there is this movie that I was watching. What was that movie? And it was dealing with time. It was dealing with changing things in a past lifetime. And the changes being made were supposed to actually be like dominoes towards the future, right? This change that happened back here was supposed to change everything moving forward. It actually did, but it just took a moment, right? And so they were standing in the present. They had already made the change in the past, and they were standing in the present, and they were like, well, why hasn't anything changed? I don't see anything different. It was because it took a moment for that change to catch up to the present. It took a moment. It was like a time Lapse, I think is the right word. It took a moment to catch up to the present moment. And so in that way, you may have a hard time understanding the change, where you're standing right now, because what you're seeing in your reality may not look any different. It may, but it may not. But for those that may be saying, but I don't see anything different, but you can see the changes that has been made in you, your existence, your reality, the way that you see things is totally different, a total paradigm shift. And what I'm saying to you, Saggy, is that just wait a minute, because sometimes it takes a moment for things to catch up with the present moment. It has changed. It's just taking a moment to shift to the present. The new beginning is here. You're already in it. So even though you don't physically see it with your spiritual eye. This is time to tap into that third eye. See it with your spiritual eye and allow your spiritual eye to reflect out in your physical existence. That's a word for somebody. Now, what you have on your mind is love. I think you have connections on the mind. For some of you, that could be love. For some of you, that could be relationships, companionship, connection. There could be proposals, some level of sharing. You have connection that's on your mind right now. And I believe for some of you, there may have been, that's part of this change that has been reflected to you, right? You keep hearing about all these different changes and all these things that are happening. And you're sitting here like, really? Because I don't see it. I don't see nobody. You keep talking about this love and, this person that's coming in to do this and that, and right? And you're like, but I don't see it. And Spirit is saying, just wait. I want you to first see it with your spiritual eye. It's there, but see it with your spiritual eye. Feel it. Sense it. What would you feel like if it was there, right? And I feel like this is in line with the energy that's carrying you towards your abundance. This is part of the energy that's preparing you. You got to see it, right? Before you see it. I think it was the Karen Clark Sheard that said that you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. Listen, don't give me the preaching today, y'all. Okay. Now, there is a decision that you are going to have to make. I just got this for Leo. Now, your connection could be with a Leo. It doesn't have to be. It could be. But there's a difficult decision that you're going to have to make in the future here. This decision is going to be difficult. What is this decision that Sagittarius will have to make? What is the decision Sagittarius will have to make? The Ace of Swords and the Judgment. So there's some energy, there's some information that you're going to receive in the future that's going to put you in a difficult position. There may be a realization of something that just completely blows your wig back, Sagittarius. And for those of you men that are watching, this is going to blow your cap back. Whatever this is, that's what's going to put you in that difficult position of making a decision. When you come to realize the clarity of what you've been called to do, for some of you, when you come to realize the clarity of who you are, who you've been this whole time. For some of you, this is going to be the clarity of who you're connected to. And I feel like for some of you, this does have something to do with the past life, generations before you, something about the past that this is connected to. When you find this out, this is going to put you in like mental shock is what's going to happen. So there's some information that's coming in the future, Saggy, that is going to really cause a level of breakthrough for the most part. This is not to put you in that state of, but this is to empower you. This is going to be a breakthrough. This is information that you need. This is clarity that you need, that's going to bring you into this level of sharpness that you need. And then all of a sudden there's going to be like this flood, like a floodgate opening is what I'm hearing. So in the future, it's going to be a difficult decision that you are brought to. After this information comes in, there's pertinent information coming in for you. Let's keep going. All this energy is carrying you toward your abundance, Sagittarius. And of course, abundance is going to look different for each of us. But whatever that is for you individually, like what that is. And along this course, along this journey, I do see that there's a need to celebrate. There's a need to actually cultivate friendships, celebrate along the way, get out into community. This is where your support is going to come from. There's a level of joyness waiting for you there as well. I feel like there are connections, especially as it pertains to that, what's on your mind. You desire connection. So your support is going to be in getting yourself out there, putting yourself out there, visualizing what it is that you want. I think a lot of the support comes in with you availing yourself to things like meditation, mindfulness, visualization practices, where you're dealing with the mind, your mind, and directing your thoughts appropriately. And then just making good decisions, making balanced decisions, staying on top of your game, right? Being able to weigh what would actually be beneficial for you, right? Balancing. All of that is going to be working for you, Sagittarius, working on your behalf. And there's also going to be the need to balance your life, period. Not just with your decisions, but there's a need for balance. The support is going to come from taking breaks when you need to, moving your body when you need to, eating the right things, getting enough sleep, getting enough water, right? Choosing between what would actually serve you best in the long run. So this is a time to really be mindful of how you're treating your body, of how you are dealing with certain elements of choice. Every choice that you make is actually preparing you for the next part of your journey and determining what that's going to be. That's where a lot of the support is in your ability to choose, okay, what the next thing is going to be. I do see some level of, some level of, and I don't know why I'm hearing performance. There's some level of performance in the past, or even some level of let me see. With this, there's some level of, and we have the Princess of Wands, there's some level of performance or way that you demonstrate your power, demonstrate your giftings, your talents. In the past, this has been a very multi-faceted demonstration. It has also been one without possible thought of the person on the other side of the screen, you know, one where you have operated within your own world with little thought about others. Possibly one that was quick to move from place to place, very satiated, right? In the past, though. And so I feel like Spirit could be pointing to, let's see, why is this coming out in the past? This is a very interesting energy to come out in the past. The Five of Cups. There was some level of disappointment with that. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Though for some of you, this was possibly a source of bringing in a certain type of abundance, it left you void of any fulfillment. It left you void of the fulfillment. And so in the past, there was a one-sided need being met, right? What you were doing was bringing in a level of prosperity, maybe even something that you did for work. I don't know. But there was no fulfillment in that. And so that is why you have moved away from this. This is in the past. And possibly there is a need to have something more balanced, right? You're looking for something more balanced now. Yes, there is a need to bring in prosperity because we need to live. It takes money to live. But at the same time, we're also spiritual beings, not just addressing our physical needs, but there's a need for fulfillment as well. And thus why we are here on a different path, pursuing fulfillment, spiritual prosperity, right? Fulfillment, pursuing, or rather, shall I say, not spiritual prosperity, let me say pursuing abundance instead. Because the abundance actually is not just prosperity. That's a part of it. It can be, but it's an overall fulfillment for every area of life, right? It reaches every area of life that we are existing in, right? If you can experience it, then you can be abundant, or you can experience abundance in it, okay? What is Sagittarius's next best move? What should Sagittarius do next? All right, we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, that's an interesting energy. So Spirit might be saying that you may need to allow yourself to be a dreamer. Allow yourself to feed that idealistic part of you, that dreamy side. Allow yourself to follow your heart, to be, you know, to receive proposals, maybe. Be open to opportunities and connections that may come towards you. Let's see. Why is the King of Cups here for Sagittarius's next step? Clarify the King of Cups. The Six of Wands. Ooh, and the Nine of Swords. But in doing so, now, Spirit is saying allow yourself to be open, but that doesn't mean that you be a fool, right? That doesn't mean that you ignore your common sense. If it feels like something familiar, you probably don't want to go back down that route. But if it feels like something that complements who you are, you know, that feels like it would be beneficial. It feels like something that would be good, you know, rewarding, that would bring in a level of uplifting, right? Allow yourself to be open to it, okay? But don't compromise, if you know, by being open to things that you already know is beneath you, okay? But there is the need to be open. I hear Spirit saying that. Be idealistic. Even for some of you, allow yourself to be a little romantic if that's what you have in mind as part of your fulfillment and your abundance, okay? Be open to that energy that you're expecting. And we come right back around to the Ace of Swords. Breakthrough. I feel like what's coming for you, you got to get ready for this, okay? Because this is cutting to the quick of it. It's cutting through the thick of it. Yeah. And it's coming in, and it's going to set everything straight, everything in order. You're going to have a wonderful sense of clarity about where you're going, who you're going with, what you're going to do, and even how it's going to end up. There's a beautiful level of clarity coming in around your abundance, okay? And so I feel like you are definitely in the know. You are aware of this. I do feel like there are still things that you're learning. Spirit is going to clarify some things for you. And when it's all said and done, as you move past this part of your journey towards your abundance, you'll be moving forward to the next part with a lot of clarity. If there's any, you know, confusion here in this, it will be clarified as you move forward. Yeah. Any misunderstandings, any fear, right? All of that is going to be wiped out, and clarity around that will be made manifest, okay? We are well on our way, Sagittarius. Well on our way. For you, this is really a mental part of your journey. This part, the part of the energies that's moving you towards your abundance, is really a mental game for you. It's getting the mental game together, okay? Those are the energies coming through for you, Saggy. All right, let's go on to Aries. We have Aries at 119.20. Aries, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button, like, share, comment. If you feel led, if you would be so kind to consider subscribing. If you do, make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new content or whenever I go live, okay? Let's take a look, Aries, and see If you have not, I would suggest you go back and watch video number 1. This is number 2 of that video, how today's encouragement is affecting each sign, okay? And so in order to get a clear picture of what we're talking about, you'll need to watch that video first, okay? All right, Aries, let's jump in. For Aries, how are the energies carrying Aries towards their abundance? How are the energies carrying Aries towards their abundance? All right, we have the Justice card. Ooh, the Justice card. Let's see. I feel like overall there is this energy around doing things correct, treating people right, taking the right path, having the right attitude, the right motivation, very inner guided, right? It's important for you to make sure that you be fair, right? Libra, it's important to you to make sure that you speak your truth, that the truth is known, not that you just speak yours, but that the truth is known. It's important for you to understand and to operate out of your integrity, what you feel is right, right? Because there's a sense of belief of, you know, there being reward for doing what's right or consequence for not doing what's right, right? There's like this higher law at play here when it comes to how you pursue or how you're moving along this journey towards your abundance. I do see a sense of perfection here though, Aries, that may kind of get in the way, that may put you in a position that always makes things difficult. Because you're a perfectionist. You want to perfect. And you also may want more, right? As soon as you learn something, you're like, okay, got that. What's next? You know, as soon as you finish something, you're like, okay, what's next? What do I do? Like you always have to be moving, perfecting, creating, mastering, right? This is an ever going journey for you. Now, that is coming in as a challenge because sometimes it's okay. Let's see why this is a challenge. I do want to find out because that seems like a beautiful quality to have, you know. Hard work, perfection, or mastery, you know. And being that it's discs, it's not necessarily quick moving energy. It's kind of at a pace, you know. So it could be that it's not moving fast enough. Maybe you get, you know, impatient with things if they don't align to your satisfaction quickly enough. Maybe there's a level of impatience that comes in. Or maybe you feel some type of way about being in something for too long. Like you feel like you need to be doing something different often. Well, let's see. Why is the Knight of Cups or the Knight of Pentacles here for Aries? Yeah, you want to move, right? You like to move often, to learn aggressively and quickly. Things may move too slow for you. Things may align too slow for you. You're not able to really do as quickly as you like to. There's something about slow movement here. And perfectionist energy, efficiency. But let's keep going. The energies that are carrying Aries towards their abundance. And I definitely feel like right now, success is on the brain, right? That's okay for Aries. We see you, Aries, right? That success is pivoted around you being connected, though. I don't know if you feel like your success is dependent upon someone else or others. There's some level of reciprocation that you are concerned about here. Give and take, balance in that way. Maybe making sure that you receive back what you've done. There's something about that here, Aries. Keeping things balanced may be something that is important to you right now. Or maybe you're waiting on someone to give back what you gave. That sounds like that's important right now. As you move in the future, though, there will be lots of celebration, lots of success, lots of support. So if you don't feel supported right now, it's coming. That may come through friendships, that may come through family, it may come through community. But there's lots of celebration and joy and happiness that's approaching you, that's going to help you here in the future, Aries. Your ability to, I feel like you could be a visual person. And it's almost like you see what it is that you want. That's working for you. That's definitely working for you. Matter of fact, that's one of the key components in manifestation is your ability to actually see it. And so that's the support, the fact that you're a good visualizer. For somebody, there's this gift of seeing that's helping you. For someone, you also either you have a mother that provides a level of support and stability that's very important on your journey, or you could also be presenting and cultivating relationships, especially with this Three of Cups, and you provide that level of connection for people. These relationships, these connections around this type of support is what is going to add on to your creatability, okay, Aries? And if it's a mother energy that's in your energy and supporting you, that's a good support for you to lean on and to lean towards, okay? There could have been like something in the past that had a level of difficulty. There's something in the past that presented some kind of interference with what it is that you were trying to do. Whatever that was got in the way of your happiness. It could have been a person. It actually could have been Virgo, Capricorn, or Scorpio with the Page of Pentacles. And with the Nine of Cups, it could have been a Pisces. There's some level of interference, possibly with your family. There's something happened with your family in the past that caused a level of interference with what it is that you felt like you should have been doing to move to this place of fulfillment. There was some break in what you were doing, temporary, but it was some break in that. I don't know if that was some type of loss. For some of you, it could have been losing someone or separating from someone, some disappointment that came in. But that may have caused a pause where you weren't moving forward, or you felt blocked, or there was some connection that was interrupted. What is Aries' next best move? What is Aries' next best move here? Okay, so you have the Princess of Swords. So be aggressive. Spirit is saying go after what you want with aggression. Speak it, be it, do it. Stand on business, Aries. And don't stutter. Don't bite your tongue. Stand on business, okay? Stand on business. Also, allow yourself to be curious about things. Don't just block yourself off by information that could be coming your way. Spirit may be trying to give you hints and tips on how to navigate. But if you are closed-minded, then you're not able to get that information, right? So be curious. Allow yourself to be curious and be truthful and honest with yourself, but also be direct. Now, yeah, be direct is what I'm hearing. All right, one more card. Ooh, the Hierophant. For many of you, I do feel like there's this element of some type of structure that you're being led to, or you're being led through. Now, the Hierophant can exemplify institutions like religion. It could exemplify institutions like education. You know, this is a vehicle that may be significant for you as you move towards your abundance. This may, in fact, be your abundance for some of you. But the Hierophant is the energy of studying, knowing something really good, mastering, becoming one with something, making it actually a part of your being, having this as a source of your essence. So I feel like for many of you, there's some part of tradition, there's some part of committing to the process, whatever you've chosen to do, that's going to bring you closer to your abundance. And it could be around an institution, as I stated. But it's also around wisdom, right? There's some level of wisdom that you're pulling out of this experience. Yeah. And this may be crucial for your path specifically. You get to decide what that is. It could be religion. It could be spirituality. It could be education, right? But this is part of a vehicle that's being used to heighten your senses and your movability towards your fulfillment in life. And so with that being said, if you haven't watched the last video, please go back and do that, Aries, because a lot of this will make sense if you know what we're talking about. We're talking about abundance and the road that you're traveling to get there, dealing with past, present, future, and how our intentions play a part in that, right? And so I could go on, but go back and watch that video. It's going to be very relevant, okay? And so I do see that there is a lot of motivation coming in through Aries. Definitely very inspirational energy. I like the fact that the Justice came out, and that tells me that you are probably a high vibing energy. You are someone that has high expectations. You set high boundaries and standards for yourself. And you set the bar high as well. I like that. Those are my people. So that's for you, Aries. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like, share, comment, and I will be back, okay? I've been on about an hour and a half, and I still have 6 more to do, but I'm going to stop and go take care of some personal things, and then I will come back and do the rest, okay? See you guys in a little bit. Bye.